Hey guys, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Together,
We
are
Mark Woodman's
the three of us.
Breakfast Club. Thanks for joining us today.
So, I'm still feeling the effects of that dark twist that we smoked.
Last week, it's
It's been
really
a whole
long
week.
standing effects.
Wow, that stuff is nicotine-y.
I mean, given the small amount that you smoked.
I smoked more of it than you did.
No, you didn't. Given the fact that it was in a... Well, what pipe did you use? You used a small pipe. You didn't smoke all of it.
Lady Godiva.
You didn't smoke all of it down. And I didn't cut off much of it. By way of a bowl of tobacco, it wasn't a ton.
I took a couple of those medallions of it, and...
My point being, a small amount of
Strong
tobacco
stuff.
packed a wallop of a punch.
I don't care for that feeling. No. I never have. I'm not addicted to nicotine. I don't inhale. And so when I get a buzz from nicotine, I don't care for it. And
It makes me feel sick.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. What we need to do is we need to have some chocolate on hand. It is rumored that chocolate helps to get that sensation, to minimize that sensation. And so we should get some of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hi, welcome back.
We're smoking something light today.
And on top of that,
on top,
I have to say, my glasses are driving me nuts. I got some new glasses the other day, and I had some money in a flexible spending account that I set aside last year, thinking I was going to get around to getting my shoulder fixed. I need to get a rotator cuff surgery at some point. And we were about to lose it because it carries over into the new year, some of that money for a while, and then I got to spend it or lose it. I thought, all right, I'll go get some new glasses. Well, my previous glasses that I bought were driving me nuts because they smudged so easily. And I happen in my office, I have one office partner, one office mate, one roommate, who his wife works for an optical department, and he told me that when I got them, well, that's the non-glare or anti-glare film or finish or whatever they put on it. And so when I went to get these, I said, they went down the list of things I wanted. I wanted transition lenses. I have bifocals. I want no-line bifocals and so on. And when they got to the no glare, she said it sort of matter-of-factly, and of course you want the no glare. Actually, no. Can I get these without that? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't like how the glasses smudge so easily. She goes, well, yeah, they will do that.
But you're going to have glare.
And being the kind of guy I am and needing to spend the money, I said, let's get two of these glasses. So I have two identical pairs of glasses. Guys, I have never had glasses glare like this. I'm looking, we have a couple shop lights on over here. I'm seeing four of them because I'm getting a second glare. And I'm looking at, there's a window over here I'm getting glare from. The window back there is bouncing. I can see it. If somebody walked by behind us, I could see them. So I contacted them and I said, all right, I blew it. You recommended the no glare and I didn't get it. Could you add that to these glasses? And they said, well, yeah, we can, but tell you what we'll do. We'll just make you new lenses.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
They're making new lenses for me now. And
it's awfully nice.
It
Did
is.
you a solid?
Yeah, they did. But in the meantime, I'm wearing glasses that are
driving you crazy.
Guys,
put on your old glasses.
If you, I can, but they smudge so easily. And they're scratched up and everything. I needed new glasses. So
yeah.
On top of the nicotine, I'm seeing
four of everything.
I'm seeing doubles of anything that is shiny.
All right.
Stupid. What are we smoking today?
Well, so in honor of having just had too much nicotine, we're going to smoke the MacBaren 7Cs regular blend because this says that it is a black Cavendish and golden burley, soft and exceptionally mellow smoke. Delightful aromatic taste. And this is one that we got from the tin swap.
The Tobacco Pass.
Tobacco Pass. So hopefully having something a little bit lighter will not add to the nicotine
buzz.
Yeah. Also, been excited to give this a try. So, I wanted to share a couple of things with you. We'll call this the Seth's wedding episode. Because there are a couple of things that were a part of my wedding that I think are cool and are a bit unique. Our wedding was outdoors. We had it at a camp, summer camp. After the ceremony, we had a reception indoors.
Which is where your wife was both a camper,
and a
counselor, and then ultimately was the...
assistant director.
Yeah.
And so it has significance for her. There's an outdoor chapel area. It's a girls' Christian camp. And so we had the ceremony there. And it was a beautiful fall day. It had rained and rained and rained the day before. And there's a really steep dirt path going down to the
slide,
chapel.
you might call it.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be terrible. And thankfully it had dried up by ceremony time. And then we went to one of the buildings indoor to do all of the official wedding stuff. And then we moved outside again, and we had a campfire. So we roasted hot dogs and s'mores and had glow sticks and just sang songs and pipes and
Some of us smoked pipes.
and cigars and just hung out. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to light this up.
Okay.
Great.
I'm letting mine go out.
But one of the key features of our wedding was this porcelain hand. This was the ring bearer. Why, you might ask? Let me tell you.
I still ask. You've been married now, what, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
I still ask. Why again the porcelain hand?
Let me tell you.
Actually, I know why.
So this hand,
The turntable.
the hand was a part of a Pink Elephant, Bad Santa, Yankee Swap gift exchange, where everyone buys a gift, and then you get a number, and then you know the first person picks a gift, they open it, and the second person can choose to either open a gift or take one that
Has been revealed.
take one that has been revealed, and then that person then gets to choose a new gift down the line. And this was so outrageously ugly that I just had to have it. So, and the person that had opened it was more than happy to give it to me.
Suddenly, I like it better.
Yeah, that's nice. We can take a picture of that. And so what I did with the hand is I started taking it with me everywhere and started taking pictures with it. I started having my friends take pictures with it. I sent it to places. It went with us to Florida,
It's like
to
Flat
Ohio.
Stanley, right?
That's right. And took pictures. This hand has taken pictures with other statues, other hands, with artwork. And I can't tell you how many people have picked their nose with the hand.
Oh.
How many people have taken the same nose-picking finger and put it in their mouth with the hand, sucked the thumb. It went with me to Texas. So it's been all over the globe.
And now it's making its first appearance here
That's right.
at the Breakfast Club.
That's right, it is. And so what's funny about this is the pastor that officiated our wedding, it was his daughter that first got a hold of the hand, and she was the one that put it into the gift exchange. And it was something ugly from their house that they were trying to get rid of, and it just became a running gag, all of the places that the hand had gone.
Now, did you open this, or did you take this from somebody else?
I think I took
who
it.
was disappointed with it or something?
I don't remember. I know this wasn't my first gift. Someone took the gift that I got, and so I either opened... I can't remember if I opened it or if I took it from someone. I probably... Knowing me, I probably took
you
it.
pretended to love it.
Oh, I do love it. I do. And so when we were having our premarital meeting with the pastor, he said, now, his wife said, "Ooh, you should have the hand as the ring bearer." And he just shook his head because he knew that we would do it. And we did. So we had sitting behind us on a table was the hand with the rings on it that the pastor grabbed to bring us the rings. So I'm gonna revive the hand and start taking pictures of it. I'm a little scared because some of the loops around the wrist started breaking off, and I don't want the hand to break. That's always my concern. So I carry it when I travel with it.
You
I
wouldn't
carry it
want any of
gingerly.
your ring bearers to break.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
So, the other interesting thing about my wedding, one of the interesting things, it involves the movie Talladega Nights. If you haven't seen Talladega Nights...
Hold on a second. It goes before that, because Allison, his bride, would come to him and say, would it be okay in the wedding if this person sang a song or did something like that? And you would say,
no,
it's okay, but remember...
It goes before that, though.
Really?
Yes. Talladega Nights came out while I was I was still in college, and it came out, and my friend and I would watch it, and there's a scene in there where one of the guys is, it stars John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, and it's a movie, a spoof movie about NASCAR. Will Ferrell plays Ricky Bobby, NASCAR driver, and it's hysterical.
And his buddy Cal Naughton.
That's right, Cal Naughton Jr. And Cal Naughton Jr. They have a falling out, and he tells them
because he ends up marrying Ricky Bobby's wife,
right,
among other things.
That's right. So they're telling him, he's telling Ricky Bobby about the wedding. And he mentions this thing that he had in his wedding. He said, Ricky Bobby, who's still angry at his friend, said, I'm not going to lie. That's amazing. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. And from that moment, I'd look to my friend and I said, I'm going to have that at my wedding. I have to. And so it became a running joke. Then my wife, Allison, and we got engaged. And I said, look, you can have whatever you want. The ceremony, you can plan it. I will help you. You can have whomever sing whatever song, do this, that. But I want this one thing.
But I will have one unreasonable request.
One thing.
One unreasonable request.
That's it. You can have your chocolate fountains and your everything. We can do it at the camp and all of that.
Your friend can sing and play.
One friend can play the guitar. Friend can sing. I don't care. Whatever you want, honey. Whatever you want. But I get this one thing. Now, most grooms, they get a groom cake. I didn't want that. I didn't care about that. And that's the thing that they get to have. The thing that I wanted, the thing that was inspired by Talladega Nights, is a 6-cheese nacho fountain. That's right. So he mentioned it in this movie. He said, we had a 6-cheese nacho fountain. And he says, that sounds amazing. And he starts listing off the types of cheese they had. And I said, yeah, I have to have a 6-cheese nacho fountain. So when it came time for the wedding, we realized they don't exist. No one has made one. The best that they have is they have cheese fondue fountains, which usually don't work well. Some people have tried to make their own, and they don't work well.
You can't take a chocolate fountain and make a cheese fountain out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, because the cheese is too viscous. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of gunks up the gears. So I said, Dad, I need you to help me with this. And my wife agreed. She said, okay, we can have a cheese fountain. So, Dad, I need you to help me with this. So now,
you also have to note that I still had the same job I have now that takes me on the road a lot, keeps me very busy, keeps me, it's just hard to get time to do something fun, crazy, selfish. And so to take the time to figure out, number one, how to make a 6-cheese fountain in the first place, and then to construct it, that was a challenge.
Yeah, the biggest thing we had a hard time figuring out is how would we pump the cheese? And we looked at like food pumps. We looked at doing something like fire trucks use, where they have a hose that goes around a piston, and as the piston rotates, it pushes is that fire trucks?
No, it's a rotary pump that will push, again, thicker things,
so that the cheese is not ever touching the rotary. It's not ever touching the pump. It's all contained within the whatever hose it's in. But that was a problem. We had to research fondue cheese, how you have to thin it out, and the biggest issue was the amount of cheese we were going to have. We couldn't truly do 6 different types of cheese. We had to get the cans of nacho cheese from Sam's Club. So what we did is we
thin them down, and then we added flavoring.
So we added levels of heat. So we had normal cheese, hot cheese, and extra hot.
Extra hot,
and it was cheddar, I think, and
nacho,
and maybe American. And so we did that. So what we landed on was an Archimedes screw, which has in our application, has a pipe and a screw in it, basically. And the liquid enters at the bottom, and as the screw rotates, it's brought up to the top and comes out the spout. And we decided that's probably going to be...
Which we then had to make. We had to make the screws. We had to make the whole pump assembly.
We got dowels that we had to manually spin and through a router to cut the screw and make sure it was a tight enough fit. And
of course,
PVC
everything
pipe
had to be food grade. So we had stainless steel hardware. We had we lacquered the wooden dowel
because we were afraid that if we didn't lacquer it, we were afraid of the wood expanding and everything getting stuck. My laptop's sitting on remnants. What we ended up doing, this was the stand. So out from the center was where the cheese came, and it came out from 6 different spots. Or no, there were individual
six
screws.
pumps.
But there were screws on each, attached to each post. And then this had tin roofing that we had attached and bent. So it went down here, went down to a second layer, and then went back into a reservoir.
Which, by the way, was galvanized sheet metal, which then got a coating of PAM cooking spray. So again, everything along the way was either lacquer covered, which lacquer is, if you don't know this, it's from excretions of the lac bug, but it's a naturally occurring resin that thousands of years ago they discovered that you could thin with alcohol and use it as a finish. And it's food grade. Yeah. Many foods and candies that you buy actually have lacquer on it.
So we had 6 of those in a circle, and we use
a variable speed pump from a planer that I had.
We attached the planer to a knob,
the motor.
The motor, right? And we ran it through, wound it through the 6 different posts, the 6 different Archimedes screws. And here's my favorite part. I worked on this. Dad worked. My grandfather helped with it. Some of my friends helped because it was a big undertaking. But we were so afraid of it going wrong as you do, we didn't test it before the wedding day.
Nope.
Because we were afraid that maybe something would get stuck. And
what are you going to run through it? You can't run cheese through it, and then you got a cleaning problem.
Right.
You can't run water through it because if anything's going to cause the wooden screw to expand, it's going to be water.
So the unfortunate timing. We cut our cake at our wedding reception. We had this thing wrapped up in.
And my dad is an engineer, and my dad looked at this thing, and he said, "You do realize if someone were to hire you to invent a way to cool cheese, this would be the result of that endeavor." So we had cheese that, if it cooled down, would become more and more solid.
Right. So to combat that, we took hot bricks. We put them on the stove.
We had an oven. We wrapped the bricks in several layers of foil. We put them in an oven.
Put the bricks underneath.
There was a tray that we had that we then filled with the various cheeses.
And then we put
we had a ceramic heater that heated everything.
And we had the whole thing in a trash bag.
Well, plastic bag.
Right. We wrapped it so it was staying warm the whole time.
You can see pictures of this, and actually the video.
I'll probably attach a video.
This, well, you can see it on our build blog. You know me. There's a build blog on the 6 cheese nacho cheese fountain. Yeah. And just Google that or find the link here on the video.
We made it into Geekologie, a geek website.
Geekologie. What a wonderful website. And they were not kind about it, but we were there. They were, but the comments weren't very polite.
Go figure. Fat men and their cheese.
We could have stopped at that.
Comments are exactly what you expect them to be. So we didn't know. So Allison and I cut the cake, and immediately after said, "All right, time for the cheese fountain." And we went back there, and I was actually more nervous about the cheese fountain than any other part of the wedding. Because we had never tested it. We didn't know if it was going to work, and we turned it on, and it worked for about 10 minutes.
I think we got 5.
maybe 5. We realized too little too late that one of the pieces that was, we made wooden washers to make sure the screws spun evenly. We had not lacquered that, and that seized up and stopped the whole thing from spinning. So that was
burning out the motor.
That's right. It was disappointing, but it was awesome for those 5 minutes.
And as I asked on our blog, don't judge us, because how many minutes of awesomeness have you created for a large group of people? We created 5 minutes of awesome.
At least, yeah. And so the result of that, not only was it great, and not only do they make a pretty good computer stand, but nobody ate our wedding cake. So my wife and I took home, I think, like 193 pieces of a 200-piece cake. And we had cake in trash bags in our freezer and in our fridge that we ate for months.
But people filled up on nacho cheese and corn chips.
It was awesome. It was so much fun.
It was unique, I got to say that.
It's a fun project. And thank you to my wife for allowing it.
On the Aristocob channel, I have the video of the moment that the cheese fountain was turned on. I have the video of us producing the screws. And that's there for folks to view as well.
Yeah, I'll try to link
to
that.
But those are also embedded on the blog. So why don't you just lead them to the build blog, and you can see some of the thinking that went behind creating the pumps and everything.
Yeah.
My only regret of the whole thing, really, it doesn't bother me that after the fact that the motor burned up because of all that. I wish we had painted it, but the problem was we finished it the night before.
Yeah.
There was no time, and this had to be then delivered to Asheboro, North Carolina, in the mountains.
Pieces and
so
connected and
anyway.
Also, I mean, the other concern was with paint, you have to make sure it's food grade, and all of that.
But I would have loved to
all the added layers.
Paint it yellow with some flames or something.
It would have been cool, but it doesn't matter because it was still awesome.
It was
awesome, and it's
the star of the show was the cheese.
As far as I am aware, it's the only 6-cheese nacho fountain that's ever been built. Yeah.
And if anyone else does it, we were the first.
That's right. First, claiming it.
It was only mentioned in the movie. It was never shown. So,
nope. All right.
Anything else? Right. No, I'm done, and I'm so done right now. I'm good. I think it's time to put an end to this. Thank you for taking the lead on this one.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching.
I'm such a lightweight.
Yeah. What did you think of the tobacco? What little of it you smoked?
It was fine. Yeah. It was fine. It definitely was light. It's what I needed if I was going to smoke. But I'm not smoking right now. I'm over it. So.
Yeah. Maybe we'll enjoy this a little bit later.
Thank you guys for watching. As far as a comment on this video, did you do anything interesting, or have you seen anything interesting at a wedding?
Yeah.
What was your one your one ridiculous request that you had at your wedding? I'd love to hear that.
I called into a radio station once. They had asked everybody, do you have a, this absolutely has to happen or the relationship is over sort of thing. And so everyone was said, my boyfriend has to quit smoking or has to quit doing this, or they have to get a job that pays better, or I'm leaving their sorry behind. And I said, my marriage, the stipulation was I have to have a nacho fountain. They said, what? Yep, 6Gs. Check it out. It was awesome.
Funny. All right, guys. With that, we're done. Make it a great week.
And we'll see you same time next week. Bye.